Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and to today's video where we are going to be talking about my favorites of the year so far. So I've seen who did this. Teresa is Dead has done this type of video now. Karen Harris and Angelica, they've all done kind of like a mid-year favorites so far. So I thought it would be fun to kind of give that a go, kind of think about what I've purchased over the last kind of 6 months and what's my favorite things so far. So yeah, so if you want to hear my mid-year favorites so far, please keep watching. For those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Carolyn. Welcome to my happy little chill beauty thing, makeup thing. What do we even do here? We talk about makeup, mostly reviews. So I bought a lot. If you would like to see how much money I've spent in the last 6 months, let me just put this video up here for you. Maybe it's over here. I have no idea. I don't know why I can never remember where the cards are, but it's there. So I bought a lot of makeup, and I think I have kind of started to figure out what I like and what I don't like in makeup products. Segue, apologies if you hear music in the background. I live near a very large park in London, and I think they're having some sort of outdoor thing right now, celebrating that people can go out and do stuff again. I have no idea. It's very loud where I am, so if you can hear it, sorry. Anyway, so I wanted to kind of go through the products that I thought were really great this year. Almost all of them were released this year, but there might be some that were kind of end of last year, or I just had no idea that they existed, and so voila, we are talking about them now today. So mostly I review eyeshadow here on the channel, or at least it kind of feels that way. But I'm actually buying and trying a lot of stuff like in the background to wear just on my face to kind of get an idea of what kind of products I like the most and to make, kind of learn more about how to do my makeup. I think I'm decent with eyeshadow, but I think I still have a lot to learn about like the rest of my face, so it's a learning process for me. So let's go ahead and start talking about the products that I've been loving, and the reason that I know that I love them is I'm just using them if I'm not filming, or when I'm trying to think about what to wear during a filming, that sounds weird. They're my go-tos. So I know that they are things that I love and that I gravitate towards. The only thing that I had a little bit of difficulty with was the eyeshadow, because I try so many that I like colors in certain ones and maybe a look or two looks, but I just tried to think of the ones that I thought were the best quality so far this year. So they wouldn't be necessarily the ones that I've used the most, if that makes sense, but they're the ones that I think are the best so far, quality-wise, color story-wise, kind of everything-wise. Okay, so let's start with face products. So what I've been wearing in most of my videos recently has been this, which is the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. And the color that I've been going towards is called Vanilla Nude. And for me, this has just been an incredible product because it's barely like you're wearing anything. I'm not wearing it right now. I'm trying a new foundation at the moment, so I will get back to you with that. But this is what it looks like. And it's a really thin, light tint, but it's enough to kind of cover up any imperfections and just to give the skin like a real even kind of soft appearance. So I love it. I think this is really fantastic. I had a different color to start with. I think I had Alabaster, which was way too light for me. So this one, Vanilla Nude, works well. It's so light coverage that I think you can get away with having a slightly too dark or slightly too light shade. You just kind of sheer it out a bit and then it's going to work. But for me, with my skin tone, I think the Vanilla Nude is going to be the best. Another NYX product that I've been absolutely loving this year, and ever since they released, it has been my absolute go-to concealer, and that's the NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer. So this has a weird kind of applicator. It's like a little puff ball, like this. So you just kind of like dab it on, like that. And actually, because I'm so extra in this particular area, I have 3 different colors that I use depending on what I want to use them for. So I have light ivory, vanilla, and fair. So the fair one I will use for like a bit of like really lightening and brightening on me. Light ivory is the best concealer match for me. And then I'll use vanilla on other parts of the face, more like just a not even like a foundation, but just like a little bit of extra coverage when I'm not wearing any foundation at all, because most days if I'm not filming, I don't wear foundation. I don't enjoy wearing it that much. So when I find something I like, it's really exciting for me. So I'll often wear these as just like a foundation, really, just to kind of grab that. So yeah, so if you have a similar skin tone to me, I would say that the light ivory is the one that's the best for the under eye circles. Now, I have not just dark colored circles, but really deep bags, which you can see here. There's nothing I can do about them. They're hereditary, they exist. So for me, it's just about color correcting them. I don't know if I want to call this like my favorite product, but the Charlotte Tilbury, the, what is this called? It's like the color correcting little pots. I do think these are really good when the bags are like out of control. And I use the medium shade, which I know is probably too dark for me, but the bags they are purple, like dark, dark purple. So you need something pretty heavy to get over them. Anyway, so favorite concealer so far this year. I very much doubt anything's gonna top this because these are fantastic. And then fave foundation was the Bear With Me. Okay, so I did a whole video, again, I'll put it up here, on eyeshadow primers. And that was before this one came out. And that is the Hourglass Veil Primer. Guys, this is just so good. I mean, yesterday I wore, what was I wearing? I was trying out the Juvia's Place Nomad palette because I just bought it and I just wanted to give it a go. Yesterday, it was Saturday, we walked like 10, 12 miles, something like that. It was very warm, I was sweating profusely, and I got home and my eyeshadow, this was after, when did I put it on? Like 10 in the morning, and we got home at like 4, and then I took a shower because I was so sweaty. And I didn't wash my face, but I just kind of rinsed off, and then I took it off at like 11 o'clock at night, and it was perfect. Like 12 hours later, nothing moved. It was immaculate, and I couldn't believe it. And a lot of it has to do with this primer. I've been wearing it every day. It's my absolute favorite right now. It is the most expensive one that I own. This is 27 pounds for me to purchase it, but I will absolutely be rebuying this. This is so freaking good. I don't know what they've done to this, how to make it that great, but it is incredible. So I love this. I want like 100 of these, please. Hourglass, send me 100, please. So I never have to buy it again because I love it. Thankfully, you don't need that much. So I do think this little tube, which is 9.6 mils, will last a long time. My mouth, I'm getting tongue twisted today with my words, so sorry. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I did a review of these. Well, not a review. I had them in my Japanese beauty video. Again, I will put it up here. Actually, I'll link anything that I've already reviewed down in the description box below, and I'll put some cards up here. And it's my favorite eyeliner at the moment, which is the UZU Eye Opening Liner. So I did buy this in Japan. I have like 10 backups, so I'm not about to run out anytime soon, and I love it. It's absolutely perfect. It has the most beautiful applicator tip to it. You can get such good, solid, and then really light, delicate lines with it. I mean, it's really nice. This one is almost out, but I am trying to use it up as much as possible. It's not waterproof, but water resistant. It doesn't budge much during the day. I have very watery eyes, and because of that, I tend to get like a little bit of loss, like right here, but that would be with any eyeliner. What I had been doing for a long time was using the Maybelline Lash Stiletto? What is that? This one, the Line Stiletto. This has been my favorite for a really long time, but it would, about halfway through the day, I would notice it was getting really bald, like right there. So then I would outline with that. I would then fill in with the Bobbi Brown Carbon Black. Now this does last. This is pretty good. I just don't like the applicator to this, and it's a very wet formula, so it takes a little bit of time. Is this one here? Time to dry. And this one has replaced all my other liners. I don't need any more. This doesn't move. It stays put all day. I love it. I will link it down below. If you are in the States, you can get this, and I think, I'm trying to think, there's some other countries where you can get it as well outside Japan. I think they retail for about $14 US, something like that. So they're not cheap, but they're not the most expensive eyeliners out there, so I think these are incredible. Okay, more face things. So I just reviewed this actually quite recently, and I love this. And this is the Nabla blushes. These are the Skin Glazing Glow Powders, and this is the color Lola. And I wore this in my Nabla Miami Lights review, and I thought this was just so pretty. It's almost like the perfect color for me. It's kind of more on the coral side. I love this, and it goes on really pretty. I'm actually wearing it today, and it gives us like you definitely get some color. It's not too intense, but then it has this lovely glow kind of sheen to it, which makes the skin look really alive and vibrant. And there are some other blushes. I still struggle with blush a little bit, like the Cover FX one. I love that one, but it's not new. And I really like this, and I think it's an amazing product. So this is my top blush so far this year, that was released this year, not necessarily I bought it this year. Powder, this is not going to surprise anyone, is the Chantecaille. We can all blame Teresa's Dead for this one. This is the Perfect Blur Finishing Powder. This is what she looks like. I am wearing it today. It's like the most beautiful powder. I think the only one for me that compares is the Charlotte Tilbury airbrushed one. That one I love a lot as well, but I think from like a recent release-ish kind of thing, it's new for me anyway, is going to be the Chantecaille Perfect Blur Finishing Powder. I love it. It's just so soft, so soft. Love that. And it just does give a really pretty kind of perfect blurring kind of effect on the skin. Speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, I do want to talk about the Airbrush bronzer. So I have actually been wearing this in videos, but not saying anything, and just because I'm still kind of seeing how I like it. And I really love this. This is the color 1, Fair Pale. It is almost a setting, like a setting powder color for me. It is very fair. So I think if I wanted to really have a bronzy look, I should go up to number 2. But I actually like this really light one because it just very gently warms up the perimeter of the skin and just gives a slightly more natural look to the face, not quite so much like a mask. I love the way this finishes. It's so soft, so smooth. It blends beautifully. Because it's so light, it can kind of just work all over to kind of warm the skin. So if like the foundation is a little bit light, I think this would be a good one to kind of go over. But if you are very fair like I am, this is actually still too light. So you need to be like the very fairest, like your skin is really pale for this to work as a bronzer. So I think probably the number 2 would have been the better choice, but I love the way this works for me, even though it's really light. I love it. So definitely an excellent product. 2 lip products, and then we will get to the palettes, and then we will be done for today. So I did just review this. Well, I reviewed the palette, but the Natasha Denona Lip Oh-phoria. This is one of the most comfortable lip gloss formulas that I have tried. I really like it. I think my other favorite would be like the Lunar Beauty glosses. I think those are fantastic as well, and they smell so good. Like definitely cupcake deliciousness. This one has that mint chocolate chip flavor. I'm not eating it. It doesn't taste bad or of anything at all. It's so soft and so smooth on the lips. I actually have ordered another one in the darker color, but I absolutely love this. It's really nice on the lips. It's just, and I love this color. This is the caramel, the middle color. And for me, it's kind of like a perfect mid-tone brown lip. I like the smell, and it does have a little bit of a tingle, but not too much. I just think it's an incredible formula. So I love this. Then I just picked this one up at random, but it's actually the Colourpop, their new Luxe Liquid Lips. I did a video on these back in, oh gosh, February or something like that. And for like a matte liquid lipstick, these are so incredibly comfortable. They dry down almost completely, but the texture is so soft and so natural that it doesn't even feel like you're wearing a lipstick. It's almost like it provides like a stain on the lips. So I would put it on like this, really heavy. This is the red one, and then blot it off a little bit, and it's just the most beautiful color, and then just it really kind of stays. So you can see it'll kind of give like, I know I made a mess, but it doesn't, it kind of is almost like more like a stain. And I think that's just so nice. There we go. So that would be the color like I would end up with that. And I love it. I think they're just an amazing, comfortable formula. I hate wearing lipstick. I'm so conscious of it. it makes me really uneasy, sometimes really overly sensitive about my lips. And so having a formula where I don't even notice it's there is so important to me. So I really love this formula, the Luxe Liquid Lip. The Luxe Gloss is good as well, but there are other better glosses. Okay, so let's just talk about the two of my favorite palettes so far of this year. I have lots of palettes that I love. I like a lot of what I purchase, and I think that's because I try to, for the most part, pick things that already interest me or it's from a brand that I know I like, so it makes it a little bit easier to kind of judge that you're gonna anticipate good quality for the most part. Anyway, so it's probably going to come as no surprise that one of my favorite palettes so far this year is the Lethal Cosmetics X Jolina palette. I loved this. I've done so many looks with it. It's just, I love the color story. It's really interesting to me, and the quality is amazing. The Lethal Cosmetics quality, for the most part, is phenomenal. I think the newest one, the After Dark, I think there was a couple of shades that I didn't kind of perfectly gel with, but overwhelmingly, it's an incredible quality formula. They are beautiful colors, absolutely stunning. Let's play with this one, which one? Narcissist, which is this greeny brown color. This one here. Let's just try it right here. And it has that beautiful shine, a beautiful shift to it. It's just, they're so cool and so interesting. And I absolutely love this palette. I know this is a collab palette with, I believe it's a German influencer, Jolina. This is really excellent. I love this. I would highly recommend it if you were thinking about trying Lethal Cosmetics but you not sure you want to make your own palette, because that's like one of the main things that they do. You kind of build your own. This is an amazing kind of pre-prepared palette from them. It's, I think, an easy to work with color story as well, because you have the kind of more neutral looks with the browns. You have Cold Brew here, you have Scandal here, and then kind of Wonderland, Surgery, Serendipity. All the mattes in here work so beautifully, and then you can kind of brighten it up and make it a bit more fun with some of the metallics. So I love this. I think this is an excellent product. And then my other favorite so far this year is going to be the Nabla Cutie palette in the Wild Berry. This was my favorite of the 3 Cutie palettes that they came out with earlier this year. This is what it looks like. It's absolutely stunning. The looks are so beautiful from this, and the colors, like this one, Alchemy 2.0, is like, I'm really gonna get in there. I want you guys to really see this. Let's see. It's just like such a cool, like, duochrome color. I don't even do it justice there. It's just so pretty. Sorry, the light is a bit bright. You can't really see very well. Anyway, on the lid, it looks fantastic, just absolutely amazing. It's a beautiful color story. You can get really deep, rich berry looks, but you can also lighten them up with the different shimmers. And this one, it looks a mess because mine fell apart, but it is a cream to matte formula. So actually it's like you have 4 mattes and 2 shimmers, which for me, for a palette, is pretty much a perfect ratio. I want more mattes than I want shimmers. So this is amazing. It's not that expensive. I think it is around £24, something like that. I probably should check on that. I'll put it down below in the description. I also have a full review of all of these, which I will pop up here, and then I will also put in the description box. But I love this. It's really, really, really good, guys. So both of these, my 2 favorite palettes, are both European indie brands. And I think that speaks a lot, that actually it's the indie brand and the European indie brand game that is really like kicking it into high gear this year and doing incredible, incredible jobs. So the one palette that is missing from this list, because I haven't gotten to play with it, and I'm assuming it's going to hit my top 10 of the whole year, is the Kaleidos Escape Kit, or Escape Pod palette. I do have it. It came last week. I haven't played with it yet, so I will be, that video might be up before this one, I don't really know. That one is probably going to be one that I love, because I love the Kaleidos formula. I love what they do. I can't imagine that not being one of my favorite palettes of this entire year. So. Alright guys, that's it. Let me know, have you tried any of these? Do you like them? Do you have any products that you've tried this year that you're like, oh my god, these are the best, you have to try them as well? Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to kind of take stock halfway through the year and think about what's actually been really good. If you want to see things that I've really disliked this year, do let me know down in the comments below. I'm more than happy to do that. I may have decluttered quite a few things if I haven't enjoyed it, because I just don't, why keep something if you don't like it? So, Alright, that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed this, you could hit the like button down below. You could subscribe, come hang out again, hear more about my opinion about things. Yeah, so I hope you all have a wonderful day wherever you are, and we will see you in my next video. Bye bye!